A missing child, now the center of a murder case.
She was a child that had her whole life in front of her.
A family seeking death, vengeance for their daughter.
Eyes on the president addressing gun supporters while protesters prepare to rally.
2 top honors for Cape Coral's fleet. What the ranking means for you.
Caught on camera by a changing light.
I don't think that they're a good idea because they seem like a money-making scheme.
The court making you pay up.
And finally, some help with the drought in Southwest Florida. Dry today, some rain on the way this weekend. I'll show you when rain chances start to pick up in your first alert forecast on the 2s.
All right, it's 6 o'clock. We'll get right back to those rain chances in just a moment. Some breaking news, though, we want to get to you this morning. You probably saw the push alert on your phone about officials recovering a body from the woods. This is a story we first brought to you at 4:30. Now, early this morning, our overnight photographer heard about a dead body at a scene. That's when he went out to the scene on US 41 right here behind the Pizza Hut there in Fort Myers. Lee County deputies taped off the parking lot there. Crime scene tape was up for hours. We did send a reporter out to the area who told us, though, that the scene cleared at around 3:30 this morning. We also called the Lee County Sheriff's Office. They have not gotten back to us yet. We're wanting to know if this is being considered suspicious. You can count on us to follow this story as it develops.
Well, rain returns to the forecast this weekend, but at least for today, we've got more dry weather and a lot of sunshine, a lot of heat, too, building in with temperatures on the way up into the 90s. We are clear this morning on the NBC2 First Alert Live Doppler radar, but if you look back off toward the east, over the western Atlantic and moving over toward the Bahamas, you can see this big blob of clouds and also some rain there, too, and this will continue to work west and brush across the southern half of Florida as we go into the weekend, helping to pick up our rain chances and also increasing cloud cover, too. So when does the rain arrive and how much can we expect? Well, here's a look ahead into Saturday. Saturday morning is going to start off quiet with a lot of sunshine, but as we start to see moisture increasing here from the east, by Saturday afternoon, around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock through the evening hours, we're going to see some scattered areas of rain, a few heavier downpours, and a couple of thunderstorms also possible. This is not going to be a washout kind of event, just sort of hit or miss rain showers as we head through late Saturday. And then again on Sunday, by late morning and closer to midday, you can see some rain firing up once again. This is right around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock on Sunday, and then the rain starts to work inland out closer to Lake Okeechobee. Today's going to stay dry, and we talked about the heat, too. Temperatures by 12 o'clock up to 86. We're going to end up in the 90s this afternoon, and also another breezy day with those winds out of the east up to around 15 to 20 miles per hour. Some smoke over Collier County this morning. I'll show you how long that'll stick around, and also a closer look at Saturday's rain chances. I've got a brand new forecast model to show you ahead at 6:12.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. In Lee County right now, we're looking pretty good as far as delays go. No crashes right now. The only area that I'm seeing some yellow popping up on your screen is at State Road 82 between Sunshine and Gunnery, and even a little farther past that heading westbound. But that yellow you're seeing right there, that is only about a minute worth of delays. That's your NBC2 traffic alert.
And we have some breaking news just coming into the alert center.
Yeah, you hate to hear this. An agent reportedly shot in Chicago, Stacey.
Right, Clay. Rachel, this is breaking by the moment. I want to get right to the live pictures. Of course, I follow these 16 feeds each and every morning. Matt's our director. Let's pull up SAT 26. This just coming up here online to show you. Look at that. All those police cars. An ATF officer has been shot in Chicago. If you're familiar with this area, it is the south side of town. We know the agent was working on a joint mission with several task force officers when he was shot. We know he was taken to the hospital and is listed in critical condition. They are working to secure that scene right now. The suspect, the shooter, has not been caught.
A missing child case is now a murder one. This after a grand jury indicted a man for killing 9-year-old Diana Alvarez. So this is the face of the man that officials say killed the San Carlos Park girl, Jorge Guerrero Torres. An Amber Alert revealed him as a suspect in her kidnapping when Alvarez disappeared from her home back in May of 2016. Well, this week a grand jury indicted Guerrero for kidnapping and first-degree murder charges. That's tragic news coming to the family who always hoped that Diana would someday come home. Prosecutors say they're determined to get justice.
No puedo hacer nada para regresarlo para atrás. She says there's nothing she could do anymore. Like, she just heard that she really is not alive anymore, and there's nothing she could do.
Diana's mother is asking for the death penalty for Jorge Guerrero. It's an option with first-degree murder, but the case, it'll be up to the state attorney's office whether they're going to ask for that. The suspect is expected back in court next week.
And Rachel, despite years of trying, search groups have been unable to find Diana's body. We did speak with one Southwest Florida group that says they won't give up.
It's very difficult because the family is, they've had no peace.
Dan Griffith is one of many people who have been alongside Diana's family looking.
People just want to bring her home.
He leads the Florida Sonar Search Team. It's been there from the start.
Yeah, they become like your family.
No puedo.
He was alongside family when Diana's mother, Rita, found it hard to find words to describe what happens next.
No puedo hacer nada para regresarlo para atrás. She says there's nothing she could do anymore. Like, she just heard that she really is not alive anymore, and there's nothing she could do, and she just has to keep going forward.
The effort to find Diana's body is not just a local one. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children tells us it's not closing Diana's file.
I think in some respects, some of those answers have been provided, but we still haven't found Diana, and I want to make that clear that the search for that child won't end.
Griffith says Thursday's news that Jorge Guerrero is charged with the kidnapping and murder of Diana does not stop the search.
For the family to have any peace at all, they need their daughter home.
So the question many may be asking, where does the search go from here? Just like many others, Griffith and his team are hoping more information will be released from law enforcement surrounding yesterday's charges. He hopes they know something about where they can start. 6:06, today our Commander-in-Chief will be speaking to members of the National Rifle Association. They're holding their annual meeting right now in Dallas.
This is the president's fourth time addressing the group, but this year it comes as protesters call for tighter gun control rules. Omar Jimenez is live in Dallas ahead of the president's address. Omar.
Yeah, good morning. His appearance this time around comes in the wake of what we have seen become terrible mass shooting situations over the course of these past few months, including the deadliest in modern American history back towards the end in the fall of 2017. Now, this year around, the 147th annual meeting of the National Rifle Association, it is in Dallas, Texas. President Trump is expected to speak and rally a group of people that have been very supportive of not only his campaign, but his administration as well.
The annual convention of the National Rifle Association, putting tens of thousands of gun enthusiasts, sellers, and more under one roof. Last year, for the first time, a sitting president addressed the NRA, and this year will be no different.
And it's truly wonderful to be back in Atlanta and back with my friends at the NRA. You're my friends, believe me.
But since his remarks last year, the country experienced its deadliest mass shooting in modern American history at a concert in Las Vegas, and two others that shocked the nation in Sutherland Springs, Texas, and Parkland, Florida. The shootings brought new outrage and protests around gun violence, a significant portion of which directed at the NRA.
Do you believe it should be harder to obtain these semi-automatic weapons and modifications to make them fully automatic, such as bump stocks?
Well, I think the ATF is deciding about bump stocks right now.
I'm asking your opinion as a representative of the NRA.
In the aftermath of the shooting in Parkland, President Trump said he would be open to raising the age of purchase for rifles to 21, expanding background checks, and more. But after meeting with NRA officials, he ultimately walked back some of those proposals. Now, he and Vice President Mike Pence are set to address a sold-out crowd at the 147th annual meeting. It's one expected to not only draw supporters from across the country, but a fair share of protesters as well.
And some of those protests expected to happen later into the evening, but we very well could see people with signs throughout the day as well. Now, President Trump likely to highlight his support for the Second Amendment and steps he has taken when it comes to gun violence. But it also comes at a time when Republicans are in need of high voter turnout when it comes to pro-gun supporters and what is expected to be a tough midterm election year for many Republicans in various districts across the country. Rachel, Clay.
Thank you, Omar, reporting live from Dallas. An attempt to climb onto a school bus right in the middle of traffic.
Oh boy, and the top floor of a parking deck caving in, the damage done to an entire row of cars.
And keeping the city of Cape Coral rolling, we'll tell you about the award-winning group of people doing just that.